Welcome to Ayvalık! So this is Ayvalık. It's a bustling little coastal town and resort on the Aegean Sea, about 2 hours north of Izmir.
And at the shortest coastal point as the crow flies, it's only about 8 miles from the Greek island of Lesbos. Before the First World War, it was predominantly a Greek town under Ottoman rule. The Greek-speaking Christians here were made to leave due to the population exchange in 1923, and they took with them the knowledge of the best olive oil production. A few of the abandoned factories and chimneys can still be seen around the town today.
But travelling here, you will see thousands of hectares of olive trees on every hillside.
Of course, over the years, they've regained the knowledge and production here has resumed.
And it's still known for the best olives and the best olive oil in Turkey.
Ayvalık is one of those pretty little places that you can stroll around, drink coffee all day or have a beer, go on a boat trip, or even just relax with the locals.
It's really nice next to the coast in Ayvalık, but the atmosphere is really lovely in the back street. This street is called Barbaros Street, and it's in Mageron bölgesi, or the area of Mageron.
Actually, lots of the streets here are called Barbaros, but they're all numbered. It's full of old, restored Greek and Ottoman houses, many of which are now shops, cafes or guest houses. And it's a great place for lunch or dinner. At the beginning of October, it was quiet in these back streets, but it did liven up on market day.
All of this is freshly cooked, and a lot of it is vegetarian. Wow. Yeah, looks lovely.
Kolay gelsin. Look at that food, isn't that lovely?
Peppers, yogurt and garlic, and it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's my favourite too.
There are several beautifully restored Christian churches here from the period before the population exchange 100 years ago, and 3 of them are just off this street. So this is a beautifully restored church. This restoration of the Orthodox Church by the Turkish Culture and Tourism Ministry, I think, shows a sign of respect for the dark and painful episode in 1923 to both Greeks and Turks that should be remembered and never happen again. Just 200 metres away is a bigger Greek Orthodox Church, the Satler, which means the Clock Mosque. It was originally St John's Church and was converted to a mosque some years after the population exchange, The bell tower clock was actually put there by Turks after the population exchange. Apart from the minaret and the carpet, it still looks like a grand church.
And one of the most unusual renovations is this one, Ayvalık Ayazması.
This is not a church, but a holy spring, and the waters of which are considered to have healing powers. It was an important part of the Greek Orthodox religion here. And I'm very hopeful it's washed away all my sins.
If you come to Ayvalık, there's cats everywhere, and they're very friendly.
As Ayvalık lights up for the evening, it's a fairly quiet affair, with a few coastal restaurants, pubs and locantas. But we followed the music and found this lovely meyhane, that's a Turkish tavern, which we went to most evenings.
Gözlerin görmese ben olurum yine kalbim durmuş seyran. Her güzel şey çabuk biter, soldular bütün çiçekler.
One night while we were in the meyhane, we saw this old guy carrying doors in the street. So on the way home, we went to see him and found his amazing Aladdin's Cave. Actually, his name was Errol.
I've got to say, it's got some really interesting stuff in here.
It's got arms and legs.
His stuff was so interesting, we went back to see him the next morning.
I remember very good taste.
See, I have good taste.
Evet, she
Yes.
she is a gentleman.
Thank you. We have definitely stumbled across Aladdin's Cave, and they got some beautiful old doors. Unfortunately, we can't get them in the car.
He told us he was originally from Ankara, and when I asked him how old he was actually younger than me. He was a really fascinating guy and spoke reasonably good English too. This place is certainly worth a visit.
Errol has just said that it's not a problem, so I can have as many doors as I like, and he'll post them to us.
Oh, God.
Isn't that great?
No. Terrible.
Very good idea.
Yes, good idea.
Just off the coast is a little island called Ali Bey Adası, or they call it now Junda. And it's connected with a bridge, so you can get over there in a car. So this is Junda. What a busy little place this is. And it's traffic free on the front, this main traffic free. Apart from the motorbikes, of course, but you do have to park your car in car parks outside. It's just lovely walking down the front. The restaurants are very upmarket and you get some really good food here, but it's not the cheapest place, which you'd expect for such a lovely area. Yeah, they got some lovely food here.
This place was so full, these guys invited us to sit at their table, and they're from Cambridge.
The back streets of Junda are full of pretty little restaurants and boutique-style hotels. We didn't get to enjoy an evening there, but we can imagine it's probably quite lively.
And there is one really special museum on this island. And this is just typical of Rami Koç, because he did a museum like this in Ankara, and it's just the same, only about 10 times bigger. Fantastic stuff he's got in his museums.
This is the cutest little typewriter I've ever seen.
Just right for your little fingers.
It's so sweet.
Look at this for a beautifully restored car. This is the sort we need in Turkey.
Along with a wonderful mix of antiques, the museum has so many beautifully built working miniatures. And the restoration work of this old Greek Orthodox Church, which was abandoned in 1923, is stunning. A real credit to Rami Koç for saving this important historical building.
There is a castle here in Ayvalık which doesn't really have a road to it. You have to walk up from the main road, but I call it really a watchtower or lookout tower. And of course you get a great view over the town. And you can't actually get into the watchtower, the door's locked. But there is a hole at the top, which I just stuck my GoPro through to have a look. There's not many big hotels in Ayvalık. Most of the accommodation is in little guest houses, which are old Greek houses which have been restored. Some of them beautifully. And the one we stayed at was particularly nice. This is the Lucin guest house.
But I had no idea it had this boutique clothes shop underneath it. This is my sort of shop, so I can feel a sale or two coming on.
And we got it on Airbnb, and they're quite reasonably priced, although some of the rooms are very different, and you have to look carefully online to find out the best option for you. And Tanya's been a wonderful host. Teşekkürler. Ayvalık doesn't have its own beach, not near the centre of the town, but about 4 miles away is this beach, the Sarımsaklı beach, which is fine sand, and it's a lovely area for swimming. There are some lovely big hotels here which are very popular in the middle of the summer, but the season here is shorter than it is in the south of Turkey, and usually they close up, most of them close on the 1st of October.
In fact, this is a really busy resort in the middle of the summer, with mostly Turkish tourists who come here from the cities.
Of course, some places are open all year round, cafes, restaurants, and some of the hotels. But we actually stayed in an Airbnb, which was only 300 metres from the beach, and quite reasonably priced too. They're doing some renovation work on this beach now, so next summer it'll be very different, and I think they're going to be several parks along the beach and more cafes and restaurants. And they've planted a lot of palm trees here too. Grade nearly got wet then. It's a fine gradient here going into the sea, and there's no rocks, so it's lovely for swimming. Of course, at this time in the morning, 8:30, it's not very busy. And not far from here is another beach. A bit further down from Sarımsaklı beach is this Badavut beach.
One end of the beach is a little commercialised and there's a new hotel being built.
And just like Sarımsaklı beach, this is looking at Lesbos, the Greek island. In fact, this beach and Sarımsaklı beach are lovely, especially this time of year. It's the middle of October now. The water's a bit cold, but the gradient in and there's no rocks. It's really lovely. So near Ayvalık there's a couple of lakes, and this one is probably the best one. This is near Sarımsaklı beach, which occasionally has flamingos and other birds, of course. And there's a walkway that goes all the way around this lake. It's quite popular early in the morning. Lots of people walking here. They're an odd looking bird, but they are lovely to watch. There are daily ferries from here to Mytilene, which is on the Greek island of Lesbos. You can go over with your car and you can get a ticket from opposite where the port is. And it's easy enough to get here from Izmir or Balıkesir, and it's not that far from Çanakkale. And the ancient ruins of Assos and Pergamon are not far away either. So that's it from here in Ayvalık.
Don't forget to like,
Subscribe.
and hit the notification bell so you don't miss where we go next.
Thanks for watching.